Welcome to StackGain, your source for the biggest AI shifts, powerful tools, and hidden trends shaping the future. Thousands of employees were replaced overnight by AI. Companies like Amazon, IBM, and Klarna believed they had found the perfect solution: machines that never sleep, never complain, and cost almost nothing. At first, it looked like a breakthrough: faster service, lower costs, perfect efficiency. But then, things started going wrong. Customers got frustrated, systems made bizarre mistakes, and companies that trusted AI completely were forced to do something unexpected: bring humans back. Because it turns out, replacing people isn't as simple as it sounds. The rise of AI coding tools was nothing short of explosive. Platforms capable of generating entire functions, debugging errors, and even building full applications emerged almost overnight. Developers who once spent hours writing code could now generate it in seconds. Businesses saw an opportunity. If AI could write code, why keep large engineering teams? The logic seemed simple: fewer developers, lower costs, faster output. And so, companies began restructuring. Some reduced hiring, others laid off junior developers. A few went even further, attempting to automate entire development workflows. At first, the results were impressive. Reports showed that AI tools could dramatically increase output. In some organizations, the majority of code was already being generated by AI systems. Development cycles sped up. Features were released faster. Productivity metrics soared. But beneath the surface, something was going wrong. The problem wasn't immediately visible. The code worked, at least at first glance. But software is not just about writing code. It's about understanding systems. As companies leaned more heavily on AI-generated code, developers found themselves in a strange new role: not creators, but reviewers. They weren't building systems from scratch anymore. They were checking what the AI had produced. And that changed everything. Because reviewing code is not the same as understanding it. As one analysis put it, when developers rely on AI output, they didn't go through the process. They didn't hit the dead ends that build true understanding. This created a dangerous gap. Developers could see the result, but not the reasoning behind it. And when things went wrong, they struggled to fix it. The cracks began to appear in the form of bugs. At first, they were small. A function that didn't handle edge cases. A feature that broke under certain conditions. But over time, these issues multiplied. Research shows that AI-generated code often contains more errors than human-written code, including logic flaws, security vulnerabilities, and misconfigurations. In fact, some studies found that AI-assisted code introduced 1.7 times more critical issues than code written by humans. These weren't just minor mistakes. They were structural problems. One of the biggest challenges was something developers began to call invisible bugs. AI systems often generate code that looks correct but isn't. It compiles, it runs, it even passes basic tests. But under real-world conditions, it fails. These bugs are particularly dangerous because they are hard to detect. They stem from misunderstandings, missing assumptions, or incomplete logic issues that require deep insight to identify. Until it's too late. As companies pushed AI deeper into their systems, these hidden issues began to accumulate. Codebases became harder to maintain. Developers struggled to trace where certain logic came from, and when something broke, fixing it became a nightmare, because no one fully understood how the system worked anymore. This led to a new problem: technical debt on a massive scale. AI made it easy to generate code quickly, but it also made it easy to generate bad code quickly. Studies showed that as AI usage increased, code duplication rose dramatically. Refactoring decreased. Code quality declined over time. In other words, companies were building faster but on weaker foundations. And eventually, those foundations began to crack. The situation became even more dangerous when companies started skipping verification. Despite widespread concerns about accuracy, many developers didn't fully review AI-generated code before deploying it. Surveys revealed that 96% of developers don't fully trust AI code, yet fewer than half consistently check it before use. This created what experts call verification debt. Code was being shipped faster than it could be validated. And with every release, the risk increased. In some cases, AI didn't just introduce bugs, it slowed things down. A study found that experienced developers actually took longer to complete tasks when using AI tools, because they had to spend extra time reviewing and correcting the output. What was supposed to speed up development was, in some cases, doing the opposite. The illusion of efficiency was beginning to fade. But the most serious issues emerged in complex systems. AI performs well on simple, well-defined tasks, but real-world software is rarely simple. It involves interconnected systems, legacy code, edge cases, business logic. These are areas where human judgment is critical, and where AI often struggles. Some companies attempted to go even further, building AI developer teams. These systems could plan tasks, write code, review it, and deploy it with minimal human involvement. It sounded like the future. But even in these advanced setups, problems persisted. While AI could generate features quickly, it often required human oversight to ensure reliability, security, and maintainability. The dream of fully autonomous development remained just that, a dream. One of the most revealing lessons from this shift was the realization that coding is not just about writing code. It's about thinking, designing systems, understanding trade-offs, anticipating problems. These are skills that go beyond syntax, and they are not easily automated. As companies began to face these challenges, many started to reconsider their approach. The narrative began to change. AI was no longer seen as a replacement, it was seen as a tool. This shift led to a new model of development. Instead of replacing developers, companies started augmenting them. AI handled repetitive tasks, writing boilerplate code, generating suggestions, and assisting with debugging. Humans handled the rest. Architecture, decision-making, problem-solving. This hybrid approach proved far more effective. Interestingly, even companies at the forefront of AI development acknowledged this reality. Some reported that while AI could generate the majority of code, human engineers were still essential for oversight, editing, and complex tasks. In this shift, companies have rediscovered something essential: the value of human understanding. Because in the end, software doesn't fail. Because code exists, it fails when no one truly understands how it works. And that is something AI, at least for now, cannot fully replicate. The world of tech is evolving fast. Stay informed. Stay ready. Subscribe to the channel. Follow us on Instagram at Join Telegram Group. Comment your opinion below. Like the video. Ektrition Siktoru.